Hello, friends, and thank you for listening to the podcast version of the Saturday Report with me, Colt Sebastian Taylor. Before we get started, as always, shout out to my friends at socialbeat.io for all your social media management needs. They're fantastic. Check them out for 14 days for free. No credit card or secret code word required. Check them out, and then after 14 days, you will like them as much as I do, and you might just end up using them, much like I do as well. Then, of course, check out Smart News. It's an app for your phone. I use them to pick some news stories throughout the week. I'm not on there yet with my podcast, but you know what? You never know. Maybe one day I will be. You should tell them. In fact, tweet them right now and tell them that I should be on there. Just saying. All right, my friends, let's get started with this week's Saturday Report.
Now broadcasting from his hidden bunker and fully stocked bar, it is the Saturday Report with Colt Sebastian Taylor.
Thank you once again, my friends, for tuning in to the Saturday Report with me, Colt Sebastian Taylor, adventurer, entrepreneur, and amateur radio host, and welcome to AWSM Radio, an independent, digital-only radio station that plays today's best music, old school classics, along with a rotating cast of all-star DJs. AWSM Radio focuses on mainstream artists, independent artists, along with a variety of interesting music and talk shows throughout the day. All we do is entertain, inspire, and inform. And my friends, I want to engage with you. I want you to be part of the conversation. So find me on the Twitter, on the Instagram, on the Facebook, on the Cameo, on the Counter Social, even on the Threads, although I'm barely on there, at Colt S. Taylor. Be sure to follow all of my adventures at ColtSebastianTaylor.com. And of course, if you have missed the broadcast of this show or previous shows, subscribe to the podcast version of the show at anchor.fm/Colt S. Taylor. All right, my friends, let's get started with this week's Saturday Report. Before we get started today, however, two things. First up, have to give a shout out to my friends at Smart News. I have a lot of resources at my disposal, picking the stories to bring to you every week. And Smart News is one of those folks who I use. They're kind of a news aggregator. They pull in all different sources from all different walks of life, providing you a very robust amount of information that you can, customize to your desire, whatnot. Do they have a podcast news section? No, but they should. Brian, get on that. My pal Brian at Smart News, get on that. Talk to the bigwigs, because Colt Sebastian Taylor, not only should I be featured on AWSM Radio, but also Smart News. I'm just saying, a weekly update of news from your pal Colt Sebastian Taylor, Smart News. It would be a thing. Just saying. But anyways, check them out. It's an app, Smart News. Download it, check it out. And you may even see stories earlier in the week that I will report to on my show on Saturday. So it's pretty great. Check them out. Second bit of business. Hey, guess what, my friends? This is the 3rd anniversary of my debut on AWSM Radio. Yes, that's right. Over 156 weeks ago, I think that math checks out, did the first show on AWSM Radio, and I'm still here today. They haven't kicked me off or figured how to lock me out of the system. Either way, I'm still here. So, first and foremost, thank you to AWSM Radio for keeping me on here. They must enjoy my work. Shout out to my pal Rox, who pulled me, who recruited me. I was moments away from getting a job at NBC Radio, a multi-million-dollar contract, but they said, come to AWSM Radio. And then they say, hey, you're not the guy we were supposed to talk to. So really, anyways, thank you very much to AWSM Radio. And also thank you to everyone from the United States to India to Greece to Brazil to New Zealand to Canada. All of my friends and listeners and folks who continue to listen, send comments, and direct message me things they would like to hear me talk about. I really do appreciate it. It's a lot of fun to put this together every week for you to listen to wherever you may be throughout the world. Echo. High quality production here. So anyways, 3 years down, 30 more to go. Let's get started with the first story on the 3rd anniversary of the Saturday Report with me, Colt Sebastian Taylor. First up this week, we go to Rome, where they had a minor earthquake, not so much of the tectonic plate or volcanic eruption variety, but the music kind. Apparently at a Travis Scott concert at the Circus Maximus Concert Hall, there were 60,000 people came there to see the rapper at this historic site, and their movement caused a 1.3 magnitude earthquake on various seismic sensors in the Rome area. Now, Italy, which you may or may not know, is very active seismically. They've got volcanoes, they've got earthquakes, and they're a little concerned that that having things at this venue, these little minor earthquakes, could damage the ancient and old buildings surrounding Rome. Now, this is not the first big concert to be had there. Bruce Springsteen and Guns N' Roses played there in 2022. However, this is the only time that seismic activity was recorded during the concert. According to the Italian Institute of Geophysics and Volcanology, quote, clearly this sensors registered the enthusiasm of Travis Scott fans in concert at Circus Maximus. The Institute tweeted that during various points of the performance, the crowd's jumping caused a 1.3 magnitude earthquake, and Italian authorities said they received hundreds of phone calls from citizens saying they had felt tremors, which is pretty crazy. Now, historians and archaeologists are concerned that these concerts could damage other venues in nearby sites like the Colosseum. Quote, the Circus Maximus is a monument. It is not a stadium. It is not a concert hall. According to the director of the Colosseum Archaeological Park, these mega rock concerts put it at risk, including the Palatine Hill nearby. Rock concerts should be held in stadiums so as not to endanger public safety. But the mayor, the council member responsible for tourism and events, Alessandro Onorato, said that the revenue generated by the shows, as well as $2 million more in tourism money, is funneled back into departments overseeing historical sites, thus saving tax money. It also said that 0 people got hurt during the concert, which took place in Rome, because he was going to originally have this in Egypt, but in front of the pyramids, but that got canceled by Egyptian authorities. However, 60 people did need medical attention after being sprayed by pepper spray by some lunatic in the crowd. But yeah, pretty crazy stuff. Pretty crazy stuff that it causes a 1.3 earthquake on seismic sensors from this concert. In fact, also during this concert, apparently, Kanye West joined the stage with Travis Scott in Rome and sang some songs. Kanye West was wearing a mask because, that's his thing now, I guess. I don't know. Is he still running for president? I need to check. But anyways, Travis Scott, people feeling the beat. So much so that they jump up and down, causing a minor earthquake in Rome. Next up, my friends, t-shirt cannons. They are so popular at sporting events. People shooting t-shirts into the crowd, sometimes hot dogs, all to just a great way to keep a crowd entertained. Usually during baseball games, between innings, the guy will come out there, shoot t-shirt cannons, and they are powerful things. They're like air cannons. And boy, howdy, they can be dangerous also. So be careful. Don't make one at home. But you know what? Some people are using t-shirt cannons for? Shooting contraband into prisons. So basically, the idea is, you wrap up, cigarettes, shiv, money, cell phones, into a t-shirt, put it into a t-shirt cannon, and then pop it over the fence into the exercise yard, and then the guy catches it and gets the things before the guards get there, I guess. Anyways, this took place in Limestone, Alabama, near the Limestone Correctional Facility, where two gentlemen were trespassing with a T-shirt cannon, trying to shoot stuff into the prison. According to the Alabama Department of Corrections, the vehicle was chased, and then the pursuit ended in a cul-de-sac in a neighborhood nearby. And two individuals, Alvin Andrews and Ladarius McDade, were arrested, and they had both just been released from Bullock Correctional Facility in February. During the pursuit, agents apparently located a duffel bag and a T-shirt cannon. The bag had two cylinder-shaped packages wrapped in black tape, a night vision binocular, an extra CO2 cartridge, the thing to load the cannon with. Both individuals were transported to the Limestone County Detention Center, and both were charged with promoting prison contraband, trespassing about prisons, and attempting to elude authorities. So, not the first time that has happened. In fact, on the border area between the United States and Mexico, some authorities have found basically catapults and trebuchets that will launch packages several hundred yards over the border fence into the desert to be picked up by others. So this is T-shirt cannon into prison. Not an uncommon thing. Doesn't usually work because you hear a dunt, that tends to get the attention of guards. Just saying. So those two gentlemen, if they were just released in February, I'm just gonna guess they're on probation, and I'm just gonna guess they're probably gonna be hoping someone hits them up with a free T-shirt sometime here in the future. Next up, my friends, this is a weird story. Apparently, a young teenage rapper named Lil Tay, who I have never heard of before, was reported to have died with her brother earlier this week. Made some breaking news alerts and whatnot. I saw it one night. Only to find out that it was a hoax later in the week. Bizarre death hoax. Now, there was a statement posted on Instagram saying that her and her brother had tragically passed away, and there were open investigations on the nature of their deaths. The exact statement was, it is with a heavy heart that we share the devastating news that our beloved Claire sudden and tragic passing. We have no words to express our unbearable loss and indescribable pain. This outcome was entirely unexpected and it left us all in shock. Her brother's passing adds an even more unimaginable depth to our grief. During this time of immense sorrow, we kindly ask for privacy as we grieve this overwhelming loss. As the circumstances surrounding Claire and her brother's passing are still under investigation, Claire will forever remain in our hearts, her absence leaving an irreplaceable void that will be felt by all who knew her and loved her on her Instagram page. And her Instagram had no activity for a couple years. And her manager and father, former manager and father, couldn't confirm that statement was true, which is kind of, I don't know. I get the impression they may have the best relationship. Anyways, but it was found out later that it wasn't true. In fact, her name is even Claire, which is, I don't know why no one else picked up on that at all. But anyways, she says her Instagram was hacked. Her former manager says that could be that, or could be just a way for her to get attention. I don't know they're the best relationships. But anyways, she released a statement saying, quote, I want to make it clear that my brother and I are safe and alive, but I'm completely heartbroken and struggling to even find the right words to say. It's been a very traumatizing 24 hours. All day yesterday, I was bombarded with endless, heartbreaking, and tearful phone calls from loved ones, all while trying to sort out this mess. She continued by saying, my Instagram account was compromised by a third party and used to spread jarring misinformation and rumors regarding me to the point that even my name was wrong. My legal name is Tay Tyan, not Claire Hope. She then thanked Meta / Facebook for helping her get her Instagram account back and whatnot. So no word exactly how this happened or why this happened, but apparently she's okay. She became very famous in 2014, according to this article, by amassing millions of followers thanks to Instagram videos and skits which flaunt her wealth. The Instagram page was inactive between 2018 and 2023 before the statement appeared on there. So, I mean, not the first time a somewhat abandoned Instagram page was taken over by someone else to say things. I was contacted once by a reporter that I had provided information for on a few years back, only to find out that her Instagram account was hacked and she wasn't controlling it. So, not the first time. Friends, social media, gotta get that 2-factor verification so someone doesn't steal it. Just saying, all of my accounts are 2-factor verified. So, I got those locked down pretty because you know how many people want to hack me? Hackers. Because, I've got tens of followers. So valuable. Speaking of valuable and having many more followers than me, it's my pal DC, and he's got you what you need this weekend, some great music. That's right, he's got 3 shows on AWSM Radio. Friday nights, 9 p.m., it's DC Live in Effect. You do not want to miss out. While he smashes it on the 1s and 2s, kicking the beats from South Florida. And there's no way Ron DeSantis can remove him as being a DJ. He does not have the power yet. Then on Saturdays at 10 p.m. it's DC House Party Saturdays, where he brings his freestyling DJing to the max. House Party Saturdays gives you all the Miami vibe without actually having to be there. From the top clubs to the bars, DC will bring the party to you. And then on Sundays at 10 p.m., it's DC Live in Effect again. So, just to review, Fridays at 9, DC Live in Effect. Saturdays at 10, House Party Saturdays. And then Sundays at 10 p.m., DC Live in Effect again. Once again, only here on AWSM Radio. Now, my friends, it's time for some sports. Yes, some sports. First up, going to Philadelphia, my hometown, the Philadelphia Phillies, who went to the World Series last year and unfortunately did not win, but they'll get them this year. Anyways, this week, some pretty incredible stuff. Michael Lorenzen threw a no-hitter. That means no one got a hit at all. Some people got on base due to walks, but there were no hits. He threw a no-hitter, the 14th no-hitter thrown in franchise history. It's very tough to do. 14th no-hitter thrown in Philadelphia franchise history. The last one being Roy Halladay, the late Roy Halladay. Late Roy Halladay, who did over 10 years ago. Now, here is some pretty neat stats. This was his debut in Philadelphia. He was traded, pitched a week ago. This was his first game in Philadelphia as a Philadelphia Philly, and he is only the 5th person to throw a no-hitter in their home debut with the team. Okay? Home debut, only the 5th player to throw a no-hitter debuting with a new team. He is only the second one since 1900, so only the second one in the last 123 years. The last one was Don Cardwell in 1960 for the Cubs, and the 3 other guys did it in the 1800s. Just for those trivia folks out there, there were Jay Hughes, Bumpus Jones, and Ed Cushman. So he's only the 5th player in Major League Baseball history to throw a no-hitter in his home debut with a new team. Only the 2nd since 1900. And that is just crazy to me. So if you go on YouTube, you can watch the entire thing on YouTube. Not the entire thing, but you can watch every out, which takes about 5-8 minutes, on YouTube. He threw 124 pitches to a crowd of 30,406, and the game was over. His game was over in 2 hours and 9 minutes. It sometimes takes me longer to drive to Philadelphia than this game took. He just blew right through them. The last out was a fly ball to center field. Caught it. Everyone celebrated. And the best part is that his mother from California, came out to watch his first game in Philadelphia, and he does this historic thing. They had the camera on her and his wife, an adorable baby. Baby came down to the field, held the baby up, everyone cheered. It was pretty amazing stuff. So it was a really, really nice thing. His mother's name is Cheryl. His wife is Cassie, and his 9-month-old daughter is June. And he smooched them both on the field after the game. Now the Phillies this year, we're getting close to October, where the playoffs are going on. The Phillies are currently second in the MLB. The National League East, which is the division they're in. The Braves have currently, 8 games over them. So, hopefully they can make the playoffs. Fingers crossed. They can make the playoffs. But we'll see. They're currently on a hot streak. They've won the last, I believe, 3 or 4 games, I think. And they're only currently 4 games behind getting into the wild card. So they may not be able to get up on Atlanta yet to win the division, but they do have a wild card shot at the moment. Actually, you know what? I think they're currently making the cutoff for the wild card in the National League, whatnot. So the current division leaders in the National League: East Atlanta, West Dodgers, Central Milwaukee, and the wild card teams are Philadelphia, San Francisco, and Miami. So just for all that information there. So hopefully make the wild card, go back to World Series, bring home another championship. Last year the Phillies and the Eagles both won the championship games. Sadly, did not pull it off. In other sports news, you may remember last week me talking about the Phoenix Mercury, an all-time point scorer, Diana Taurasi. Well, this week, the Mercury set a WNBA record with the most first-quarter points, scoring 45 first-quarter points in their 90-84 win over the Sun. So they scored 45 points in the first quarter, another 45 points in the second, third, and fourth quarters combined. Brittany Griner had 21 points and 10 rebounds and set an NBA record for the most points. So the team set the most points, holding off a short-handed Connecticut Sun to win 90-84 last week. They broke the record of 44 points set earlier this season in New York to have a 21-point lead, but it was pretty tight there at the end. Diana Taurasi, who I said has the all-time point leader, had 16 points with 4 3-point shots, and Moria Jefferson scored 17 points as well. And Sophie Cunningham scored 9 points on 3-pointers and reached her career milestone of 1,000 career points. Pretty great stuff. So, congratulations to Mercury Sun, the Phoenix Mercury, who beat the Suns, Connecticut Suns, for setting another record for the most points in the first quarter for a WNBA game with 45. We now go to some football news. Lions running back Justin Jackson has retired from the NFL rather abruptly at the ripe old age of 27. Imagine retiring anything at 27. I wish I could. So he retired, called it quits, decided to retire from the NFL. He was the 7th round pick for the LA Chargers in 2018. Spent 4 years there, rushing 1,040 yards and 4 touchdowns. Signed with the Lions last offseason and served as the team's primary kick returner. He rushed for 170 yards with 1 touchdown in 16 games while playing for the Lions. He added another 12 catches and 1,101 yards and 1 receiving touchdown as well. He initially left the Lions in free agency but returned on July 22nd, signing with Detroit just before the start of training camp and after the Lions released Greg Bell. But he decided to retire this week and live. I guess he saved his money. He'll save his money. Maybe go into coaching. I mean, a lot of these guys also go into announcing. But he is now retired. So, Mr. Jackson, enjoy retirement. Spend your money well and whatnot. Now the Lions are trying to pick up new running backs for the season, which will be starting pretty soon. But for the Lions, you're not going to see Justin Jackson returning any punts or kicks because he has retired from the NFL at the age of 27. Speaking of sports, my friends, Wednesday nights is the place to be for all things sports. First up at 9 p.m., it's To the Rack with Mac. To the Rack with Mac is your go-to spot for all things basketball. Join NBA expert Mac Daddy as he brings you a full hour of high-flying hoops expertise for all things basketball. Tune in Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. Then at 10 p.m., it's What's Going On. What's Going On is our Fox Sports affiliate show, providing listeners with over 150 combined years of sports knowledge. Hosted by Nate Brown and his crew, they have been a staple of New York sports for the past 2 decades, and now they are moving national. That's Wednesdays at 10 p.m. So just to review, To the Rack with Mac, that is Wednesdays at 9 p.m. And What's Going On, that's Wednesdays at 10 p.m. Only here, my friends, on AWSM Radio. And now some music news. Kylie Minogue, is now having a Las Vegas residency after her new song Padam Padam went viral this summer. She's releasing a new album in September called, what's it called? I don't remember what it's called. I don't have that specific note down here right now. Anyways, she from Australia. She's going to Las Vegas. Her show starts November 3rd at the new Voltaire nightclub at the Venetian Resort in Las Vegas. Quote from a statement. She said, "The creative team has designed an environment where people can get up and dance at their tables and revel in the night. That's what Voltaire is, and I can't wait to perform in this intimate and exciting setting." It's a 1,000-seat Las Vegas venue. Tickets go on sale August 9th, which is, the tickets are already on sale right now. So if you don't want to go to Las Vegas, you should check her out. It marks the anticipated return of Minogue, who's 55, has not toured North America since 2011, so over 10 years. The singer has scored top 10 hits in the past, such as The Locomotion and Can't Get You Out of My Head. But she recently earned a whole new legion of fans with their hypnotic, this is according to the article, hypnotic gay anthem, Padam Padam, and has apparently become a quick Twitter meme this year and even got a co-sign from Vice President Kamala Harris during a Pride event last month. It is the lead single of her new album, here it is, called Tension, which is out September 22nd. In the statement, she says, "The album is a mix of songs I've written and songs which really spoke to me. I would say it's a blend of personal reflection, club abandon, and melodic high. Making this album helped me navigate challenging times and celebrate the now. I hope it accompanies listeners on their own journeys and become part of their story." In addition to music, she's also had some roles on film and TV, including Baz Luhrmann's Moulin Rouge, Holy Motors. Her song Say Something was in the season 2 soundtrack of Netflix's Never Have I Ever. She also was in Street Fighter with Jean-Claude Van Damme back in the day as a minor character. She's the latest artist to take over the Las Vegas Strip, with Kelly Clarkson, Maroon 5, and Adele all doing residencies in Las Vegas last year. So, if you're a big fan of her music, you can catch her at the Voltaire nightclub starting in November, starting November 3rd. So, in about 3 months. About 3 months. In other news, Tekashi 6ix9ine was arrested this week for failing to appear in court. Apparently, the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office said the deputies were conducting a traffic enforcement thing when they noticed a moving traffic violation. The police say that the car, which did not have a license tag, was driven by the rapper, who has a suspended driver's license and an active traffic warrant. He was arrested, transported to the jail, and was released on $2,000 bail. He has, before his arrest, he's been issued 3 traffic citations and was scheduled to appear in court in July. When he didn't show up, the judge issued a warrant for his arrest. Last year, he was violently attacked inside the bathroom of a Florida gym by 3 folks, just beating the living snot out of him. In a statement, he said, "What happened here was nothing but cowardly. I'm not mad this happened. In the street, there are no rules, so I can't say they were wrong. Obviously, it wasn't fair. But again, the streets has no rules. Just imagine having nothing to do with the situation and feel obligated to make it your business. Very weird. I'm happy to be here still. And I want to say I want to say I love my fans. Thank you." I don't know. I don't know what the context is behind that, and I just honestly don't care all that much and whatnot. Apparently, he got into a fight with someone in the bathroom, and then 2 other folks jumped in and then just all beat him up. Those 3 folks, though, were arrested by the Palm Beach County Sheriffs, and I guess they're being held on charges. This attack came 4 years after he pled guilty to 9 felony charges, including a firearms offense. He admitted his involvement with the 9 Trey Gangsta Bloods in January 2019, according to the New York Post. He was sentenced to 2 years in jail, but was released in April 2020 due to COVID-19 concerns. His attorney for the case told People in March 2020 that he was the perfect mall prisoner since his incarceration, but apparently he doesn't have a secretary to help him show up to his court dates, so that's why he got arrested. I do not know this gentleman's music at all that I'm aware of. He's hard to miss. Got tattoos all over his face. Don't see him going on the run and hiding because, that big old Brooklyn 69 on his forehead. His name is Tekashi 6ix9ine. Feel like if he's trying to hide, people would notice that. In other celebrity news, remember Ty Pennington from the house renovation show? He almost died this week. Yeah, he went to the Barbie red carpet premiere and then to the ICU in 2 days due to a health scare. He posted on Instagram saying, "From the red carpet to the ICU, this last week has been interesting." He said in this Instagram statement, to shed some light on why I was MIA. Sunday, I hit the red carpet for the Barbie movie. Monday, I flew to Colorado to start filming in Breckenridge. And Tuesday morning, I woke up at 4 a.m. and could barely breathe. Turns out the sore throat I've had for the last month was actually an abscess, which had grown so large it was closing off my airway. Next thing I know, I was intubated and flown to the ICU in Denver. Wednesday, I had surgery, and yesterday afternoon, I was released from the ICU. Then he thanked, quote, all the amazing staff at St. Anthony's in Lakewood, Colorado, and Summit Healthcare in Frisco for taking such great care of me. Great reminder to listen to your body when it's telling you something. He has some images where he's in the hospital with a big thumbs up. Shot of him at the Barbie premiere, and then the third image was him intubated in the hospital. The Extreme Makeover Home Edition star said things on a positive note, saying that another photo in the carousel showing him showing a piece of paper with his best attempts of the writing phrase, "I need to put on my Speedo." I don't know what that means. I include with, even through heavy sedatives, it's good to see I was still in the right frame of mind. Hashtag Speedos for life. Oh, I guess he was trying to write something while heavily drugged, and he wrote down, "I need to put on my Speedo," because he was so out of it, drugged up. So anyways, Ty Pennington, Extreme Makeover Home Edition star, on the recovery. Folks, if you have a sore throat that lasts for more than a week or two, get it checked out, all right? Because they should last more than a week or two, okay? And if you keep putting it off, you might have strep throat, or you might have an abscess growing in your throat, slowly choking you to death. So, listen to your bodies, and there's never a shame popping over to the doctor to have them check you out in case you're not quite sure why something's doing something. So, yeah. So, fortunately, Ty Pennington on the men's, and I guess, is that show still on? I think it is. You'll see him on TV, surely soon enough. Now, my friends, listen, if you're driving home throughout the weekdays, driving home from work, there's only one place for you that you need to be. It's AWSM Radio, because we have a drive time show here for your commute home called The Rock Sessions, hosted by the lovely, beautiful, fantastic, the crush I have for her extends no bounds, Rocks, and she will make it rock style, Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m., where she will be playing the hottest music on the charts and some surprises in between as well. She's fantastic. Give her a listen. Like I said, Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m., only here, my friends, on AWSM Radio. Finally, my friends, this week, it was announced that Twitter, or now known as X, because they rebranded, Elon Musk is auctioning off Twitter signs and other memorabilia, 584 auction lots to start in September. There are things like desks, chairs, DJ booth, a lot of musical equipment apparently he's getting rid of. I guess he's just getting rid of this stuff totally not because he's running out of money to pay for Twitter bills, because apparently they're almost at break even. I don't believe it. But he is auctioning off lots and lots of things. He's calling the auction Twitter Rebranding Online Auction, featuring memorabilia, art, office assets, and more. They're auctioning off Twitter neon signs, logos, tables, computers, touchscreens, whiteboards, etc., etc., etc. Lots of stuff. You should definitely check it out. Will I be bidding on anything? I mean, no, because then you have to have it shipped and whatnot, so that's always a pain. But each thing is starting at $25. I wouldn't mind grabbing myself a neon sign. That'd be pretty fun to have. But that's probably gonna be one of the higher bidded things. The big bird logo that was on the statue outside of its headquarters sold for $100,000, apparently. So anyway, this auction starts September 12th, goes for 2 days. I will definitely, that's right before I leave for my fall vacation, so I'll definitely check that out to see if there's anything interesting going on there. But if you live in San Francisco, need some desks, some chairs, some odds and ends, some computers, might be worth checking out. Oh boy, I would really want to. How do you bail a neon sign, a big neon sign? That guy couldn't possibly have that. Though now I kind of want it. Ooh boy, you know what? No, won't happen. Anyways, check it out. Not hard to find. If you get addicted to online auctions, then maybe you should probably skip this one. And that, my friends, just about wraps up the 3rd anniversary show of the Saturday Report with me, Colt Sebastian Taylor. Thank you so much for joining me here today. Remember, you can find me on the Twitter, on the Instagram, on the Facebook, on the Counter Social, on the Twitch.tv, on Threads even, and Counter Social at Colt S. Taylor. I usually post interesting news stories throughout the week, so get caught up to date through the week with the stories that I post there, as well as my random commentary. Of course, bookmark ColtSebastianTaylor.com for all my other adventures, like when I go online on Wednesdays and play an online D&D game. Season 2 has just started. Of course, if you've missed the live broadcast of this show, you can catch the podcast version at anchor.fm/Colt S. Taylor. And one final shout out to my friends at Smart News for surely working around the clock to get this show on their app. I'm sure they are working on it right now. Well, my friends, until next time and for the next 3 years, I am, of course, Colt Sebastian Taylor, and I'll see you later. And once again, thank you for listening to the Saturday Report with me, Colt Sebastian Taylor. Check out socialbee.io and Smart News, links in the post below. And, of course, since you subscribe to this podcast, we'll see you here next week. So, once again, I'm Colt Sebastian Taylor for the Saturday Report with Colt Sebastian Taylor on AWSM Radio, saying I will most certainly see you later.